I'm glad to be in Miami. Glad to see all you folks. And, of course, I feel that the Governor's Conference, as I've said before, is a place to discuss matters of interest within the various states of the Union. And even though we may sometimes have our internal differences, we all sons of the same father, Uncle Sam. I do think the Governor's Conference is a place in which we should discuss problems of this sort, and that we should not make it a forum to run for President of the United States, nor also make it a forum to continually agitate about this matter of so-called civil rights. That's not a function of the conference, in my judgment. I oppose that, and I feel that nothing good can come out of making this a forum for any such discussion. People who want to run for president, they ought to go ahead and hire their own convention halls to do that in, but not use the conference. And, of course, I see where Governor Brown of California has a petition in which, in effect, he doesn't want Governor Rockefeller to say anything about it, but he's got a petition he wants us to sign so he can say something about it, in which he has endorsed the civil rights program of the present administration in Washington, which I think is one of the most iniquitous, asinine programs ever presented to the American people in the congressional body, a program that will destroy property rights in this country and eventually destroy liberty and freedom of all the people of all races. And, of course, I oppose any such petition as that. I job people by expanding the economy, not by taking somebody else's job away from them, as the present administration in Washington and also some of the present candidates for the Republican nomination would do.
Governor, what kind of action are you talking about? What are you going to do to stop this?
What are we going? In the first place, the politicians ought to stop talking about this civil rights matter and inflaming people. I'll tell you what I'm talking about. Politicians in different states of the Union above the Mason and Dixon line have held out their hands and said, "Come here, the land of milk and honey." And when they got there, what did they find? They found unemployment, and they're living in ghettos, and as a result of that, we have insurrection and guerrilla warfare in the streets.
About 1964, you said you're willing to take any action to beat those people. Now, what kind of action are you talking about?
Well, of course, we will determine in the months to come what action that is. I think the main thing is to awaken the American people to the dangers that face this country, and I think the American people themselves will eventually rectify and straighten this matter out.
Well, Governor, how about the speculation?
And I think one of the primary might help inform the people of that state who feel as we do that there is some chance as time goes by.
Maryland and Indiana.
Of course, those are two states that have primaries, and I feel that there's nothing wrong with the Southerner entering a primary. Of course, I at this time have no plans to enter any primary myself.
Governor, if this conference decides to have a discussion of civil rights,
and giving this man his job because he belongs to another race, but working to expand the economy so more jobs are provided. And I tell you what, this business of taking people's jobs and giving them to other people because of some of the reasons expounded now is not inducive to peace and tranquility in this country. Education, for instance, I'll tell you what, in Mississippi, the government spent $6 million putting one man where the people didn't want him because they had fine schools for his race. They could have taken $6 million and built 10 segregated Negro trade schools in Mississippi, and they could have trained hundreds and thousands of Mississippi young Negroes to work with their hands and their heads. But they don't spend money like that. They take it and throw it away to the four winds. They send it to Gaboon and Niger, and they take it off in the brush, and we waste lots. We wasted enough money. The last 10 years to have provided an educational program segregated to have helped to solve this problem.
Governor, you told the Senate conference